Hello students, myself Dr. Namita, Assistant Professor at Kanya Mahavidyalaya Kharkhoda, and in continuation of dividend policy, we will learn about the objectives of dividend policy and various theories underlying it. As you know, dividend policy is concerned with taking decision about profits regarding retained earnings and distribution as dividend. Objectives of dividend policy are to maximize return of shareholders, to make value of investment maximum, और यहाँ पर महत्वपूर्ण बात ये है कि रिटर्न ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट इंक्लूड्स रेवेन्यू एज वेल एज कैपिटल प्रॉफिट। रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट से हमारा अभिप्राय ये है कि प्रॉफिट का वो भाग जो हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन करते हैं डिविडेंड के रूप में वो रेवेन्यू प्रॉफिट कहलाता है, और शेयर होल्डर्स के जो शेयर प्राइस है उसमें एप्रिसिएशन होता है, और जब वो उसको सेल करते हैं और उसकी वजह से वो जितना ज्यादा प्रॉफिट अर्न करते हैं ड्यू टू एप्रिसिएशन इन द वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर्स, दैट इज कॉल्ड कैपिटल प्रॉफिट्स. Regarding payout ratio and retention ratio, in payout ratio payout ratio is concerned with that is the proportion of profit which is distributed as dividend, and retention ratio is reverse of payout ratio. If payout ratio is 20%, then retention ratio will be 80%. In this payout ratio, if this ratio is low, it means there will be less dividend to be distributed, more earnings to be retained, and there will be more growth. And when this payout ratio is high, it means earnings less, there will be less retention of earnings and less growth and less capital profits. Regarding dividend policy theories, under dividend policy theories, there are different schools of thought. Some school says that dividend decision is important as it affects the value of the firm, and in case of relevance of dividend decision, Volter model and Gordon model supports this perception. And when we talk about the irrelevance of dividend, we have hypothesis. Now we are concerned with the Volter model. Under Volter model, dividend policy and value of the firm are related. Secondly, investment policy affects dividend policy. There are two factors under Volter model: return on firm's investment, that is R, and second is cost of capital, which is KE. ये दोनों फैक्टर्स डिविडेंड पॉलिसी को प्रभावित करते हैं, और फर्म की जो ऑप्टिमम डिविडेंड पॉलिसी होती है वो KE और R दोनों के रिलेशन से प्रभावित होती है. Say if R is greater than KE, it means growth rate of firm is more than its cost. When growth rate is more, it means firm will retain profits, और ग्रोथ रेट ज्यादा है फर्म का तो इसका मतलब ये है कि इसके पास इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटीज है. दिस फर्म विल बी कॉल्ड ग्रोथ फर्म. एंड इफ R is less than KE, it means फर्म के पास में अवेलेबल अपॉर्चुनिटीज कम है. इन दैट केस इट विल डिस्ट्रीब्यूट इट्स अर्निंग to its shareholders, and it is up to shareholders what they will do with these earnings. When R is equal to KE, that firm is called neutral. Then the decision regarding dividend will be neutral. And with the help of this Volter model, prevailing price of shares will be calculated. Here formula will be D plus R divided by KE into E minus D divided by KE. Here D is dividend, P is prevailing price of shares, R rate of return that a firm earns, KE cost of capital, E earnings of the firm, dividend. And we have three type of firms: growth firm, normal and declining firm. In case of growth firm, where R is more than KE, R is 15% or we can say 0.15, K is 0.10, E earnings are ₹10. Say in this case, if DP ratio is 0, it means firm is not earning anything as dividend because it is growth firm. And when the firm is not distributing anything, in this case its value will be maximum. It can be seen with this example. and we have put all the values in the formula, and the value of share have come out to be 150. And when DP ratio is 100%, that is firm has distributed all its earnings, in this case its value of share has come low, that is ₹100. और इन दोनों extreme situations के बीच में there are number of situations, that is when DP ratio is 25%, it is 50, 75%, or you will find out when DP ratio has gone on increasing, then the value of its shares will go on declining. कि जैसे जैसे फर्म डिविडेंड ज़्यादा देती है अपने शेयर होल्डर्स को, इसके शेयर्स की वैल्यू कम होती जाती है, क्योंकि फर्म के अपने पास में अवेलेबल अपॉर्चुनिटीज उपलब्ध हैं. नॉर्मल फर्म है जहां पर R इज इक्वल टू KE. इस केस में फर्म के शेयर्स की वैल्यू हर लेवल पर सेम रहती है, चाहे वो डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करती है या वो नहीं करती. And the third type is declining firm where R is less than KE. यहाँ पर R है 0.08, that is 8%. KE is more than R and earnings are same. In this case, if DP ratio is 0, that is firm is not distributing its profits as dividend, तो उस केस में जब वो डिविडेंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूट नहीं करेगी, वैल्यू मिनिमम होगी. If DP ratio is 100, then its value would be maximum. It can be seen from this formula, and we can conclude that because this is a declining firm, इसके पास में available opportunities नहीं है, so इसके लिए ये worthwhile होगा that it distributes its profits to its shareholders. और जब DP रेशो मैक्सिमम होता है, जहां पर ये अपने सारे के सारे प्रॉफिट्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देती है, उस केस में इसके शेयर्स की वैल्यू मैक्सिमम हो जाती है. दिस इज ऑल अबाउट वॉल्टर मॉडल. थैंक यू.